Hi, could you tell me about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, so my name is Vanessa. I am an engineer with Arriva UK Bus. I currently work within operations and engineering. Obviously, because I've got a background in engineering, I studied chemical engineering at my undergraduate level, and then I did a master's in engineering management. So I've been working in the engineering sector and the operational sector of Arriva UK Bus.
So this year's theme for International Women's Day is Balance for Better. So how can you relate that to your current career?
So as you know, I studied engineering and I work in the engineering sector. And what you find is a lot of engineering companies it's quite male dominated. So you don't have many women working within engineering. You do have them in those companies, but they tend to work in finance, tend to work in admin, but you don't exactly see them in engineering. And what I've found is it all comes down to what you study. And I found that a lot. Obviously, from my course, you didn't have a lot of women actually studying. So for every 10 or 15 guys, you had one girl. In mechanical engineering, they had, I think in my year, one girl. In electrical engineering, they had no girls at all. So what I actually found was it's not just about the industry not letting women in. Are women actually applying for these jobs? Are they studying engineering? Are they studying maths? Are they doing science? And I think that's where the main thing comes from. So that balance isn't there from the off. It's not just people being rejected for roles. It's just, are women applying in the first place to these roles? Yeah, so in my company, what I found is we don't have women in specific positions. What would I like to see? I would really like to see people go for these positions, because what I found is, especially within my company, a lot of roles are they're there, but you need to go for them. They're not going to ask you, would you like to be the next operations manager? You go to them and say, you know what, I have worked in this department for 2.5 years, I've built this, I can do this, I can do that, and I would like to put myself forward. What people don't realise is a lot of the time, two things. They've either been recommended for the position, but they haven't told the person that they've been recommended. And two, you're the only person who's competing for that position. A lot of people think, oh, it's competitive. You're the only one. You just don't know. So I would say because in my head, it just works like, if you think you're qualified for something, oh, please do go for it. Because no one is going to push you. This isn't secondary school. No one's going to tell you, you're qualified, you need to do it. Do it. The worst you can get is a no. I always tell people the worst you can get is a no. But what if you get that yes? What if you do get approved for that position? So there's no harm in trying. Just do it.
Just do it. So what can you say to encourage people who would like to take that engineering route from, like, say, from their A levels up to, university, and also just any tips for them to get into that industry?
Yeah. I would say very, very simply, engineering is it's a gender neutral role. A man can do it, a woman can do it. And I think what the problem is the perception that it's a man's role. It's not a man's role. And so the first step that you need to take is to apply. Go for it. If you want to study engineering, apply for an engineering course and start it and do it. Graduate, get your degree, apply for those jobs and get it. Because what people don't realise is, as a woman, you are more likely to get the role because it's not very common.
What challenges have you faced getting to where you are in your career? So is there anything that you feel like you've learned from, or anything that was quite a struggle for you? Because obviously getting somewhere like being an engineer is quite, it's quite a big achievement. So how did you get there?
I think you have to be very strong-willed, because some people are automatically going to look at you. I know even till today when I say I'm an engineer, or I studied engineering, people kind of raise the eyebrows and go, oh, engineering, but you're a woman. Some people still do that. I know it's 2019, but some people still do that. And my obstacle was literally the perception of me and people thinking I was trying to prove a point by studying engineering. But what did I find when I actually got to the workplace is you're listened to, because it's not about your gender, it's about what you say, your content, your depth. If I walk into a room and I'm talking jargon, it doesn't matter if I'm a man or a woman, no one's going to listen to me. But if I know my audience, if I know what I'm talking about, and I go in there and I understand my field, and I can say, this is how we go about this project, this is how we go about this thing this task has been placed in front of us, then that's all that's needed. It's all about the depth, it's all about the content, and that's what you need to do. Once you have that first class degree, you have the work experience, then do it. There's nothing wrong with that. So I think the major obstacle for me was people's perceptions and not the role in itself. So yeah.
That's good. Okay, so outside of your 9 to 5, I'm aware that you have a business as well, and you balance, your career as an engineer as well as your career as an entrepreneur. So can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so as you know, I'm an engineer, but I've also got that company. It's called Pop and Chop UK, and it's a catering company. And what I found is when I have my 9 to 5, that's me working for someone else. I wanted to have something for me, something that I could come home from work and actually do. So my evenings and my weekends are dedicated to that company. And why do I say this? It's because I need to have that balance first of all, so be able to build a successful company and also be able to impact my company within the role that I've been given, but also to know that if I didn't have that role, do I have something else? Of course I do. I just don't want to ever be trapped in a situation where, say for instance, we've got a recession and I'm out of a job and then I have got nothing else to fall back on. I didn't want that. So I said, you know what, build something for myself, build something where I'm the CEO, I'm the director, I have my own thing and I'm doing my own thing. I'm the boss of me. So that's literally my baby, you know, that's what I focus on when I'm not working my 9 to 5.
Girl power. What would you say to your younger self?
You can do it. Your dream's not too big, you know. Because now I'm here, because I was actually saying this to my brother yesterday, and I said I never envisioned I'd be here. I never envisioned I'd have 2 degrees, working for a multinational company. I never saw this. But if I could speak to my younger self, I'd just say, keep going. You know, those all-nighters you're pulling, keep doing it. You know, those studying in the library, just keep going, because you are going to get there. It's not a dream that you can't achieve. It's something you can do. So just keep pushing this, keep going for it.
Come on. It's a bloopers. Oh, okay, I'll give you one last chance. Like your best balance is better.
Oh, so balance.
So now let's try that. Yeah, so balance. Can do better than
What do you
that.
want me to do?
Enthusiasm. I can't even say the word. Enthusiasm. Okay, now. 1, 2, 3, go.
Balance for better. Good.
Thank you, Vanessa.
You're welcome.